Welcome everybody. Consistent with section 747A of the Local Government Act 1993 and current public health order, this meeting of Liverpool Plains Shire Council is being live streamed to Council's website. A webcast of this meeting will be published to Council's website at liverpoolplains.newsouthwales.gov.au so that it is available for viewing by members of the public. Acknowledgement of country and council prayer. Councillor Cohen.
Acknowledgement of country. Today we gather on the land of the Kamilaroi Nation. We therefore need to acknowledge the traditional owners and custodians of this land. We also pay our respects to the Aboriginal elders, both past and present, and further extend that respect to other adults who have joined us today. Council prayer. Lord, we ask that you watch over this council, guide us in our deliberations and decisions for the betterment of all the people of our Shire and Australia. Amen.
Thank you, Councillor. No apologies or applications for leave of absence. Item 3.1, minutes of the council meeting held on the 27th of July 2022. Notes that the minutes of the council meeting held on the 27th of July 2022 be received and the recommendations therein be adopted. I have a mover. Councillor Allen, seconder. Councillor Cohen, did you wish to speak to it, Councillor?
No, thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? If not, Councillor Lawson.
Just to note, there was a correction to be made for Councillor Ken Cutwell.
Thanks, Councillor Lawson. Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 4, disclosures of interest. Is there any councillor wishing to disclose an interest? If not, I'll go on to item 5.1, the mayoral minute. That the council receive and note the mayoral minute. I therefore move that motion. Item 6, inward correspondence and petitions.
We didn't pass.
No,
We don't.
no, I did. Inward correspondence and petitions. Reports to council. Item 7.1, executive services report for August 2022. Recommendation that council receive and note the executive services report for July 2022. Do I have a mover? Councillor Wynne, a seconder. Councillor Cutwell. Did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Wynne?
No, thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? Councillor Cutwell.
Can we just have a bit of an update from the General Manager what the Regional Economic Development Strategies update is and what is the investment attraction? You know, what's the workshop? What does it involve or entail? Please.
So that was an invitation from state government to have input into basically the next regional economic development strategy from all councillors or councils in our area, and having a look at where we're focusing, what we're focusing on. So we talked about our focus on adding value to the agricultural sector, our focus on roads freight strategy, our focus on increasing our population and really trying to get them to understand where we'd like to see them invest their money, so particularly on the roads, and what we're trying to achieve on the roads in terms of improving freight networks. And that document, once it's in its final draft stages, certainly council can have more input into that, but it's really to help guide the other departments in terms of when councils put in for funding and grants, that they can see what the regional economic development strategy is So that also feeds into the job precinct and the work we've been doing through Bernamoy around, particularly around protein-based industries. So it kind of all feeds in together, but I guess one of the key takeaways from that was a lot of feedback about quality of data at a regional level from the state government. So there was a lot of discussion that some of the projections that were being used to make decisions wasn't reflective of what was actually happening in the region. So where we know that housing is in short supply isn't necessarily being reflected back at by state data. So there was a lot of discussion about that, about the need to work on having very accurate, up-to-date data to reflect the needs of regional communities. Yeah.
Thank you.
So there was the second part of that question.
No, there was the investment attraction strategy. Yeah, that was fine. Thank you.
If there's no other speakers for or against the motion, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.2, Corporate and Community Services Directorate Report for July 2022. The recommendation that Council receive and note the Corporate Community Services Directorate briefing for July 2022 as detailed in this report. Have a mover? Councillor Allen, seconder. Councillor Lawson. Did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Allen?
No, thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? Councillor Cullen.
Mr Mayor, as noted in the report, the indication that the children's pool may not be open in the next season. I'd just like to ask that in seasonal maintenance of the pool area that maybe council could investigate further what might be able to be done and could maybe get this pool operational.
Thanks, Councillor Cullen. That's noted, gentlemen. There's no other speakers for or against the motion. I'll put to Councillor Cullen.
Just a question to, I'm not quite sure who to, but just how's the Clondarf Foundation going? It was meant to start in July and commence in August. So is it started? Is it working? How's it going?
Gentlemen.
So thanks for that question, Councillor Cudmore. So we've been working very closely with Clontarf. We recently had a visit from Clontarf through the depot, and I think Rod was involved in that, trying to highlight the opportunities to come and work at council. That went down with those young people very, very well, and out of that we've got, I think it's 2 young Indigenous boys that are interested in potentially taking up an apprenticeship. So we're working with Clontarf about that. More recently, we've just secured a scholarship to facilitate a traineeship for another Indigenous young person who may, I'm not sure whether they have to be at school or not have to be at school, they have to be at school. So we're also looking at having a school training or school-based apprentices where young people come in for a day a week and start their apprenticeship that way. So it's actually working really, really well. Certainly we're looking to try and provide a smooth pathway from school to work. And it's the feedback we got about our staff and their engagement of those young people was outstanding in terms of engaging and showing the exciting side of the opportunities at council. So yeah, it's going really, really well.
Thank you.
Thanks, General Manager. If there's no one else wishing to speak for or against the motion, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.3, Local Advisory Groups. Recommendation that Council receive and note the minutes of the Quirindi Advisory Committee and Currabubula Advisory Committee. 2, to receive and note the updated register of Local Advisory Group members. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lawson, the seconder. Councillor Cullen, did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Lawson?
just to say that it's really good to see all these people that have nominated to go on the local advisory committees, and we've already got 2 separate units there, one established local advisory committee and the other one new, so it's really good to see. I look forward to hopefully coming along to some of those.
Thank you. Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.4, Delivery Program 2017-2022. Q4 Progress Report as at the 30th of June 2022. The recommendation that Council receive and note the Delivery Program Q4 Progress Report as at the 30th of June 2022, appended at Annex A. Do I have a mover? Councillor Miles, a seconder. Councillor Cudmore, did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Miles?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. Just to say that I'd like Council to concentrate more on the 82% which are complete or on track, and not get too bogged down with the 18% that may be behind or off track. They may be important, but considering it's the 4th quarter, I think we should be looking at some positives rather than pulling it to pieces. And I congratulate the Corporate Community Services Officer for the report. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Councillor Miles. Is there anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? That's noted. And no one else wishing to speak for or against the motion? I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.5, Statement of Investment as of July 2022. Recommendation that Council receive and note the Statement of Investments as at 31st of July 2022. Do I have a mover? Councillor Cohen, seconder. Councillor Lawson, did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Cohen?
No, Mr Mayor.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. 7.6, item 7.6, Infrastructure and Environmental Services Directorate Report for August 2022. The recommendation that Council receive and note the Infrastructure and Environmental Services Directorate Report for the month of August 2022 is detailed in this report. Do I have a mover? Councillor Allen, seconder. Councillor Cudmore, did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Allen?
No, thank you, Mayor.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.7, Milner Parade Clubhouse Project. Recommendation that Council receive and note the progress on the upgrade of the Milner Parade Clubhouse in accordance with the adopted recreational strategy. Do I have a mover? Councillor Miles, a seconder. Councillor Lawson, do you wish to speak to it, Councillor Miles?
No, thank you, Mr Mayor.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against it? Sorry, Councillor Allen?
Just a general note to say that I think consultation from the council saying that it's free and open for every resident, not wanting ratepayer, resident within the Liverpool Plains Shire would be good, because going on previous experience when I was growing up, it wasn't open to everybody. Chased off many times.
Thanks, Councillor Allen, that's noted. Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.8, Liverpool Plains Aquatic Centre update. The recommendation that Council 1 note that Council has been allocated $6,662,547 from Resource for Regions Round 9 from the New South Wales Department of Regional New South Wales. 2, note that the Council workshop will be held on the 31st of August 2022 to develop the consultation framework for this project. 3, agree that the Corindi Aquatic Facility be the priority infrastructure project submitted under the Resource for Regions Round 9 funding prior to the 30th of September 2022. Do I have a mover? Councillor Lawson, seconder. Councillor Raymond, did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Lawson?
Just to say that this is really great news, and I'm really excited about having a workshop next week and getting started on community consultation. We've got a short time frame, but I'm sure that we can hopefully get it all together so that we can see this project come through, because it's very much needed.
Excellent, thanks Councillor Lawson. Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.9, Silo Art Project Update for August. Recommendation that Council receive and note the current progress on its Silo Art Project partnership. Do I have a mover? Councillor Cullen, seconder. Councillor Cudmore, did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Cullen?
Mr Mayor, I'd just like to pass on council's congratulations to the Silo Art Committee in their endeavours to get this project where it is, and we all look forward to being partners in this project and seeing what the result is at the end. Thank you.
Thanks, Councillor Cullen. Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.10, Waste Management Strategy Progress Report for August 2022. Recommendation that Council receive and note the Waste Management Strategy Progress Report for August 2022. Do I have a mover? Councillor Cudmore, seconder. Councillor Cullen, did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Cudmore?
No, thanks, Mr Mayor.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion?
Yes, Mr.
Councillor Cullen.
Mr Mayor, I'd like to ask if, as this is another major commitment of funding by the Liverpool Plain Short Council, I'd just like to ask that we be given regular updates in relation to expenditure, as to current expenditure on this project and where we're at in relation to the overall funding. Thank you.
Thanks for that question, Councillor Cullen. So to date, there's been $863,853 spent on the project, and absolutely take on board that advice. And just for clarification, we are going to be able to take more than 1 square cubic metre of refuge in the transfer from Brunei.
Councillor Moore.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I concur with Councillor Cullen, and I would also like to add that as this is major works within the Shire, as we visited the water strategy plant, I'd like to suggest that we also have another visit, and I believe Councillor Cullen is available for a month, so when he's available, I think that would be a good site visit to get us up to date. Thank you, Mr Mayor.
Dean.
Thank you. We'll undertake a site visit if everybody's available in October.
Thanks, Chair. Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? If not, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.11, Town Water Supply Status Update. Recommendation that Council receive and note the water supply status report. Do I have a mover? Councillor Cullen, seconder. Councillor Cudmore, did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Cullen?
No, Mr Mayor.
Anyone else wishing to speak for or against the motion? Councillor Lawson.
Just to say, it's good to see that the fishing alert's gone down to a green alert from last month.
Thanks, Councillor Lawson. If there's no one else wishing to speak for or against the motion, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 7.12, Queepolly Water Project Construction Progress Report. Recommendation that council note this month's progress of the Queepoly Water Project's design and construction phases. Do I have a mover? Councillor Allen, second. Councillor Lawson. Did you wish to speak to it, Councillor Allen?
Just to continue on from the great reporting that we're getting from our project managers, it allows us to then go out and report to the community and tell them that this project is moving forward and is on track, which is a great thing for our district. Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Councillor Allen. If there's no one else wishing to speak for or against the motion, I'll put the motion. Those in favour? Those against? Carried. Item 8, delegates' reports nil. Notices of motions, questions with notice nil. Item 10, confidential matters. Recommendation that council considers the confidential reports, bracketed S, listed below, in a meeting closed to the public in accordance with section 10A, bracketed 2 of the Local Government Act 1993. 10.1, formal offer for council property, 1 Gunning Street, Corindon. This matter is considered to be confidential under section 10A, bracketed 2, bracketed C of the Local Government Act, and the council is satisfied that discussion on this matter in an open meeting would on balance be contrary to the public interest, as it deals with information that would, if disclosed, confer a commercial advantage on a person with whom the council is conducting or proposes to conduct business. Do I have a movement to read into confidential? Councillor Cohen, seconded Councillor Moles. Those in favour?